Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. I am Deanna Janae, if you did not know. So I took a trip to Sephora and decided to buy new makeup for myself and spent $104. And get this, it was only for 3 products. I've always wanted to try this. This is the Tarte Mini Creamy Concealer in 53S. This was $15. Next up is this primer from Huda Beauty. And lastly, I got some new foundation coming in at a whopping $54. So here is your disclaimer. These are not brand new products. These are just products that are new to me. So starting with this primer, I was very interested in it because, as you can see, it is this brown color and it had like little glitter specks in it as well. I was hoping this primer would help with my oily skin, but I don't think that's what blur means. I have no idea what it means to have a blur primer. What are we blurring? Somebody please help me in the comments. But anyways, it looked good and it felt good. So anyways, I figured we'll just keep on going. For my eyebrows, I'm using Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade. I always use this. This is something I'm always gonna have in my makeup bag. Alright, so testing out this new concealer. It has a doe foot on it, and I'm going to use a little tiny brush to outline my eyebrows. I placed it on the back of my hand to kind of show y'all what the color looks like, and I used my hand as a tool as well to dip my brush in. So I typically pick out my concealers to be about 3 shades lighter than my actual complexion because that's just what I like. Normally I would go in with some LA Girl Pro Conceal in the color Fawn, but you know, we are in the business of trying new things for 2026, so I always wanted to try this, so I got it. So right here, I'm just buffing out this concealer with a Real Techniques brush. I don't know what kind of makeup brushes y'all use, but I love some Real Techniques makeup brushes. But anyways, I'm just going to continue to blend out this concealer. Moving on to my eyes, I'm going to use the same concealer and put it on my eyelids, and I'm going to buff that out as well. This is just kind of acting as a base for me. After I blend all of this, I'm going to take some setting powder and set it, just so that I have a smooth application whenever I begin to apply my eyeshadow and to kind of avoid creases. However, this concealer says that it's supposed to be creaseless, but anyway, it's just for precaution. This is Laura Mercier setting powder. I think the color is medium deep, but hey, rewind it because I don't even remember. But with the same brush that I use to buff out my concealer is the same brush that I'm going to use to pack this powder on there as well to set my eyes. This is Juvia's Place, the Violets palette. Oh, I think I've had this now 2 or 3 years. No, I take this back because my husband bought me these for Valentine's Day when I was pregnant with my son. So that's going on like 4 or 5 years. But y'all can tell that I have barely used this. So we're gonna get into it today. I'm using the dark purple for the outer parts of my eye. It's kind of gonna give a smoky eye, but I didn't want such a dark illusion of a smoky eye. That's why I didn't use black. I went in with the dark purple. And then I'm going to use the lightest purple in the palette for oh my gosh, what do you call this? The base of my eye? Y'all, I've lost my terminology when it comes to makeup. Please forgive me. I haven't done a makeup video in so long. But for the lid of my eye, there we go. The light purple is going on my lid. I'm treating it as if I'm doing a cut crease, but not really a cut crease. I'm kind of like faking it. You know what I'm saying? So going in with some eyeliner. This is the All Day Ink eyeliner. I forgot who it's by. I think it's by Kiss. In the blackest black. Honestly, this eyeliner is actually running out, but I definitely want another one just like this because I love the felt tip that it has, and I feel like it gives me like good control on getting that nice line. So here we are with the start of the show using this foundation by NARS. The color is New Caledonia, and it does say deep number 2. If that means anything to you. I feel like this was a pretty good match. Most of the time my foundations don't match as well on my skin, and I end up having to blend something together, but I feel like this did really good. I do like for my foundations to match my neck and the center of my chest. Of course, I have darker parts of my face, but that is where your contouring comes into place. But here you can see the side-by-side comparison, and I think it looks pretty good. I feel like it matched with the lighter parts of my chest very well. And for $54, it better be oxidizing down to my skin tone. So this particular foundation is their Natural Radiant. And I do believe that it lives up to what it says to be naturally radiant because, like I said, I have naturally oily skin. So once I put all this foundation on my face, it's going to look like my skin. Like, I don't know how to make that make sense. It looked like my skin. Now, for me to be an oily girl, it's better for me to go with a matte foundation, but you know, we're trying something new. And girl, look how I just done pulled that wig up like that. Go and put that foundation on that forehead, because God forbid that wig come off and we see that forehead line. Okay, y'all, for real, comment down below, how do you feel about this new foundation? Is it worth $54 or not? Because, I mean, I'm used to Maybelline Fit Me, which is around, like, the $6 range. I don't know if they done raised the price, but back in the day, it used to be $6. So, anyways, same concealer. And I'm using it for under the eye, on the nose, on the forehead, on the chin. This is off topic, but I really love my eyes. Like, every time I look down, I'm like, wow, that is so pretty. The brush I'm using is that Real Techniques brush that I used earlier. Same brush that I'm using to buff out my concealer and blend it as much as possible. Right here you see me swapping brushes, and this is my foundation brush that I just used, and I'm going back over the harsh lines that were left from concealing, just to make a more, like, you know, softer blend. Now we're getting ready to contour and highlight the face. We're using the Black Radiance True Complexion palette. This is dark to deep. I tap a little bit on one side of my face and then go to the other side of the face, just because I don't want a lot of product in one area, and I really want it to be very blended out. I don't want any harsh lines. Let's please leave harsh lines in 2025, okay? Blend it out, and if it ain't looking right, fix it, which is what you finna see me do right here. I personally felt like I put a little bit too much contour on the bridge of my nose and going towards my brow bone. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of concealer and buff it out just a little bit, bring it down so that that contour line is not so harsh. Now, if that's the look you're going for, okay, but for me, I was like, no, I don't want it. Now, looking on camera, it doesn't really look like I did too much, but it did what I felt like it needed to do. with me putting the concealer on it and just softening the contour line. Using the highlighter in this same palette, I'm going to put it on my brow bone. And I'm also going to put it on my cheeks as well to highlight in that area. This is me just using a sponge, going in with my Laura Mercier setting powder and setting all the areas where I placed concealer. So right here, I change brushes and I go in with the contour again and just do like a light dusting with this big fluffy brush. Just to just blend in the setting powder and the contour, where when they meet together, they're meeting happily and not angrily. So this is where I go in with a fan brush and do the highlighting of my cheekbone. I'm going to go in with a lot of product at first, and then I take another brush that doesn't have any product on it and smooth it out, and then I go back in with the highlighter brush again. But just because, like I said, I don't want no harsh lines, and so I try to blend it a little and then pack it on, blend it a little, pack it on. Now I'm doing my under eye with some dark eyeshadow. I don't even know what color eyeshadow I'm using right here. Just know it's some dark eyeshadow. With this same eyeshadow, I am going over my eyeliner line just to make it, I don't know, dramatic. Moving on to lips. This is some pink lip gloss that I have. Nothing special. I believe the name on it says Ellen Tracy because it was like a little makeup kit that was gifted to me. And this is Ruby Kisses Cream lipstick in the color Nude Attitude. This lipstick by itself actually is almost the same color as my skin. But anyways, I'm kind of using it to darken that pink lip gloss that I just put on. And I'm looking like that because I'm like, do I like it or do I don't like it? In that order. Moving on to my lashes, I'm just going in with about 2 layers of mascara because I did not put on lashes this day because I was actually going to church and I didn't want to be doing too much. So I definitely was going for the modest look. Pulling out another Juvia's Place palette, I'm going in with some purple eyeshadow and using that for my blush. And as you can see, I had hit the translucent powder and it went everywhere. But so anyways, I tapped some of that purple on my hand and then put it on my face because it is very pigmented and I didn't want to be too purpley. I just wanted just the right amount of purple. And look at that. Ooh, it is so pretty. I am a blush girly. I don't care. Love it. To complete this look, I'm using some matte finishing spray and that is it. So this is a recording of me after church, and as you can see, my eyeshadow matched perfectly with my dress that I had on. The makeup did exactly what it needed to do. It lasted even through tears at church. So I hope y'all enjoyed my first makeup video of the year. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And always remember to be beautiful and stay blessed.